Hey everyone, it's Chris Loud. In this neutral abstract painting demo, I'm exploring how to create depth without relying on high contrast. No dramatic dark against light moments, no bold color clashes, just subtle value shifts, layered texture, and intentional mixing doing the work. If your paintings only start to feel finished when you add more contrast, this low contrast approach might shift how you think about depth in abstract painting entirely. For this prompt, I had 15 minutes and a restrained palette of Yellow Ochre, Naples Yellow, and Burnt Umber, and the goal was to focus on building a quiet field of texture using small, deliberate marks. It sounds calm, but it forces you to really understand how value structure works beneath the surface. If you enjoy working with prompts like this, I'll leave a link in the description to my 50 abstract warm-up painting prompts download, and it's now available in French and Spanish as well. And before we get started, a big thank you to Steve for the recent Super Thanks support, and to Sam and Patrice for their coffee donation. And thank you to Judy for correcting my pronunciation of coffee. It's Kofi, but hey, we're all evolving here. So I did two demos that stay very true to this low contrast abstract painting idea. And at the end, I'll show a third piece where I introduced a little Prussian blue and one small collage element just to see how subtle contrast changes the structure. I'll also convert all three to black and white so we can look at the value structure clearly. All right, so in the first demo, I stayed very restrained. I layered small textural marks using mixtures of the acrylic paints, Yellow Ochre, Naples Yellow, and Burnt Umber, keeping the value range fairly tight. I applied the paint with a dry brush and, holding the brush a little flatter to the surface, scumbled some of the paint on to let some of the initial layer of paint show through in some of the areas. And instead of separating foreground and background with bold contrast, I built depth through gradual value shifts and overlapping marks. Because everything came from the same limited palette, cohesion happened almost automatically. Even though the surface shifted in value, the painting felt unified. And it's a little chaotic with the paint application, but because the value shifts are somewhat subtle and there's harmony with the colors, it kind of works. This is one of the biggest strengths of limited palette abstract painting. When all mixtures share the same pigments, nothing feels foreign. Depth and cohesion kind of build together. So why depth without high contrast? And when I say high contrast, I'm mostly talking about strong light against dark differences, those dramatic value jumps that instantly create separation. Most artists, myself included, often reach for contrast when we want depth. We darken something dramatically. We brighten something dramatically. We use bold color contrast. And those absolutely work. But in abstract painting, depth doesn't have to come from extremes. When we limit high contrast, we're forced to rely on subtler tools, value shifts with a narrow range, mark density, edge softness, layering, and temperature variation. This is where tint, shade, and tone become incredibly important. A tint is created when we add white to a color. It lightens the value and softens intensity. In low contrast abstract painting, tints can gently bring areas forward without disrupting the overall calm. A shade is created when we add something darker like burnt umber or black to deepen value. Even small shifts in shade can create anchoring points when everything else sits in a close value family. And tone happens when we mute a color by mixing it with another pigment or neutral like gray. This reduces saturation without drastically changing value. Tones are powerful in neutral abstract painting because they unify the surface while still allowing variation. And when we work with a restrained range like this, Depth becomes more gradual and atmospheric instead of dramatic. So in this first painting, I really wasn't thinking much about a subject matter or anything like that. I guess if anything, it was kind of focused on more of a botanical feel, maybe some plants or grasses or flowers, something like that. But really wasn't focused on anything in particular. I was really concentrating on mixing those acrylic paints and getting a range of values that I could put down. So when we look at this later in black and white, you'll see that there's really not a lot of high contrast in this one, but you will see the texture differences. Now in the second demo, something interesting happened. At first glance, it might look like I introduced more contrast. And in a way I did. But it wasn't high value contrast. It was textural contrast and density contrast. The foreground became more layered and visually dense. The background remained softer and more open. And even though the value shift stayed subtle, the variation in texture created spatial separation. And this is important for abstract painting. Contrast doesn't only have to live in light versus dark. It can live in smooth versus textured, or dense versus open, soft edges versus layered edge. When we vary those elements, the eye still reads depth, even without dramatic value jumps. Compare this to the first painting where it was literally a field of texture. And here, it feels like there's more going on with composition. Even though this is intuitive, it looks like there's more intention. So I stayed true to the idea of creating depth without high contrast, but I allowed variation in marked density to do some of the structural work. And that nuance is the overlooked part. We're used to thinking depth comes from darker paint or stronger contrast, but it can just as easily come from where we build up marks and where we leave things open. When an area becomes more layered and dense, it starts to carry more visual weight, and our eye naturally reads that as closer. And I'll show you in the third piece here in a minute. I introduced a little Prussian blue and one piece of striped collage paper. Immediately, the cool blue shifted the temperature and increased contrast slightly. I didn't add a whole lot of either. I just wanted to see what it would do if I introduced a little bit of a cool color and a little bit of a higher contrast piece of paper. But what's interesting is that the painting still held together. The value structure was already in place. So the depth created through tint and shade and tone and layering was already doing the heavy lifting. So this is, the key lesson. If we build strong value structure first, we can introduce contrast later without losing cohesion. But if we rely only on high contrast from the beginning, the painting can feel dramatic, but sometimes shallow. And coming up, I'll show you the final pieces in different orientations, as well as all three paintings in black and white. And this is one of the easiest ways to evaluate value structure in abstract painting. When we remove color, we can clearly see whether depth is coming from value relationships or just from saturation differences. If everything collapses into one gray tone, we know the value range wasn't strong enough. But if we still see separation and movement, then the structure is solid. Sometimes when a painting feels off, it's not a color problem, it's a value problem. So why does this approach matter? Working this way strengthens our understanding of depth in abstract painting at a structural level. It sharpens our sensitivity to tint and shade and tone. It reduces overworking because we stop chasing contrast. It strengthens cohesion, through a limited palette, and it builds confidence in subtle decisions. And depth doesn't require drama. And don't get me wrong, I'm all for dramatic contrast in art. But sometimes depth requires restraint, and that's the overlooked approach. So these are the three pieces. I'm showing these in different orientations. Two that stay very neutral and low contrast, and one that gently introduces a bit more variation. All of them explore how to create depth in abstract painting without relying on high contrast. And if you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe. And as always, if you have any questions or feedback, I'd love for you to leave me a comment. Thanks for watching, and keep on painting.